You pick it up without deciding to. Your thumb already knows the motion. The screen lights up before your brain even asks why. You weren't bored. You weren't waiting for anything. But something in you needed to check. That pull isn't weakness. It isn't a lack of discipline. It's 2 million years old, and it's still running the show. Here's what almost nobody tells you. Your phone didn't invent this feeling. It found a switch that was already there and started flipping it constantly. To understand that switch, you have to go back. Not to the invention of the smartphone. Not even to the invention of writing. You have to go back to a savanna before language had fully formed, when your ancestors spent their entire day doing one thing, looking for food that wasn't there yet. Think about what that actually required. A berry bush doesn't announce itself. A herd doesn't wait in the same spot every day. Your ancestors had to wander, search, and guess. Most of the time, they found nothing. But every so often, they found something incredible. A dense patch of fruit. A kill site. Water in a dry season. That unpredictability wasn't a flaw in the system. It was the entire engine. Researchers who study animal behavior call this foraging theory, and one of its central findings is strange at first glance. Animals, including humans, don't respond most strongly to guaranteed rewards. They respond most strongly to uncertain ones. A predictable food source barely registers. An unpredictable one that might pay off big or might pay off nothing, keeps an animal searching far longer and far more intensely than logic alone would explain. Why would evolution build a brain that gets more excited about maybe than about yes? Because maybe kept your ancestors moving. A guaranteed berry bush gets stripped in a day. A world of maybes forces constant exploration, and constant exploration is what let early humans find new territory, new food, new opportunity. The uncertainty wasn't the cost of survival, it was the strategy. Now here's where the story turns modern and a little uncomfortable. In the 1930s, a psychologist named B.F. Skinner ran a series of experiments that would later explain almost everything about why you can't put your phone down. Skinner trained pigeons to peck a lever for food. Some pigeons got a food pellet every single time they pecked. Others got a pellet only sometimes, on a random and unpredictable schedule. You'd expect the first group to work harder. They knew the reward was guaranteed. But the opposite happened. The pigeons on the unpredictable schedule pecked harder, longer, and more compulsively than the ones with a sure thing. Skinner called this a variable ratio reinforcement schedule, and it turned out to be one of the most powerful behavioral patterns ever documented in a laboratory. Sit with that for a second. A guaranteed reward creates a task. An uncertain reward creates a craving. Decades later, neuroscientists found the mechanism underneath Skinner's pigeons, and it lived inside a single chemical. Wolfram Schultz, a neuroscientist studying dopamine in the 1990s, recorded the brain activity of monkeys as they learned to expect a reward after a specific cue. What he found surprised almost everyone in the field. Dopamine wasn't released most strongly at the moment of reward, it spiked hardest during the anticipation, right in that gap between the cue and the outcome. And when the reward became uncertain, when the monkey couldn't be sure it was coming, the dopamine response didn't shrink. It grew. The brain, it turned out, wasn't built to reward you for getting things. It was built to reward you for the possibility of getting things. That single finding rewired how scientists understood motivation itself. You don't crave the reward. You crave the moment just before you know. Now put those two threads together. A brain shaped by hundreds of thousands of years of unpredictable foraging. A dopamine system that fires hardest not at the payoff, but at the maybe. And then hand that brain a small glass rectangle that refreshes an unpredictable feed, delivers unpredictable notifications, and rewards you with an unpredictable number of likes, messages, or interesting posts every single time you check it. You're not addicted to your phone. You're foraging on it. Every scroll is a search through unfamiliar territory. Every notification is a rustle in the grass that might be food or might be nothing. Every refresh is a new patch of bushes you haven't checked yet. Your phone didn't have to teach your brain to crave uncertainty. It just had to become the most efficient, uncertain reward machine your species has ever encountered. A slot machine pulls a lever a few times a minute. Your phone can deliver hundreds of unpredictable micro-rewards in a single scrolling session, each one small enough to feel harmless, each one large enough to keep your dopamine system leaning forward.